The views and opinions in the following program remain those of the producer, and in no way reflect the views and opinions of Medford Community Cablevision, its board of directors, management, or other affiliates.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Stevie B Show. As always, I'm your host, Steve Bertorelli. Well, I am privileged to have with me a couple of dear friends of mine who are actually, this coming September 13th, 14th, and 15th, will be performing the musical Nonsense at the Congregational Church of West Medford. Please help me welcome Sandy Strate, Debbie Notaro, and Deborah Hollowell. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks.
So it's a pleasure to you. We've done so many shows together in theater and everything like that. Can you tell me a little bit about the show Nonsense?
Well, Nonsense is a musical, and it's about 5 nuns that survived a serving of some vichyssoise soup. Vichyssoise soup, yes. All the nuns in their order got killed because they ate the vichyssoise soup. So it centers around that theme and what they do to try to raise money to bury 4 of the nuns.
Oh.
And it's very, very funny.
Oh,
very funny.
I believe so. I remember seeing the show a long time ago. Now, got the cast list here for you. Sandy, you play Mother Superior.
I do on 2 performances.
2 performances. And Debbie, you play Mother Superior in the other 2 performances.
That's correct.
Yes.
Deborah, you play Sister Amnesia.
I do.
Now,
but I forget a lot of it. It's a fun part. One of those dream roles that you always wish for.
Yeah. Okay. And we have Kathy Dion, who's going to play Sister Hubert.
Yep.
I remember Kathy. We did Chicago together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She cheated on me when in the play Chicago. So we understood. So okay. Melissa Borman, who's going to play Sister Robert Ann. And Kristen Page, who's going to be playing Sister Leo.
Correct.
And my friend, our friend, Rob Bazooka, is going to be directed it, choreographed it, and he's also the music director. I mean, Rob, I wish Rob came today. I mean, I'd love to interview him. I've known Rob since 1992, and he's a fun guy, and he's a wonderful guy, okay? And also we have a tap dance segment, which is choreographed by Tracy Clark, who... very accomplished dance teacher, and should be a fun show. So, how are the rehearsals going forward? I mean,
pretty good. Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
Yeah, they're definitely coming along. Unfortunately, we don't have any air conditioning where we're at, so while we're learning our role, we're also losing weight. So it's kind of a diet. It's kind of a diet while we do it.
Yeah.
We eat none, we get none.
Eat none, get none.
It's just how it is.
It is.
It's a bad habit.
Okay. Like I said, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself? Now, Sandy, how long have you been performing?
Since the prehistoric times?
No.
No, I would say probably 30.
Those World War II ladies?
Yes. I'd say about 30 years. I've been in community theater since 1985. And I've sung in church all those years also. And I've done many, many roles, wonderful roles. I was blessed to have gotten these roles of Golda in Fiddler on the Roof. I played Miss Hannigan, Mama Morton in Chicago.
Yeah.
I just played Mazeppa in Gypsy.
I saw you in Gypsy. I mean, I never laughed so hard in my life.
It's another one of those dream roles.
Oh, yeah.
Short and sweet.
I know.
And I started Seaside Productions back in 2005 and 2006, around there. And the reason I started it was we wanted to do road shows for the senior citizens.
Yeah.
The theater group that was in Medford before used to do the road shows, and then they no longer did them. And it's something very near and dear to me, the road shows for the senior citizens. So I started my own group so that we could continue.
You and Rob both.
Yes, and we do, once a year, we do road shows. And we take a group of about 15 people, and we go to different senior citizen residences, as well as nursing facilities. And they just love it. You know, we do them in Revere and we do them in Medford, sometimes in Malden. We're funded through the Arts Council in Medford. And they've been very, very generous with us. And also the Revere Arts Council has been wonderful to us. So the cast is all volunteer. It's all community theater.
Yeah.
And
wait a minute, I wasn't getting paid for any of those things that I did?
No. Nope.
Yeah.
But so I've been involved in that for, since 2004, running the production company, which is great. I love doing that. And then I'm also involved in Hotspot Cabaret, which Rob directs.
I saw one of the your Hotspot Cabaret jokes, and it's a very funny show. I mean, tell us a little about the Hotspot Cabaret.
It's a cabaret group strictly out of the 30s and 40s burlesque type humor. It's serious singing. We can do 8, 9-part harmonies. We dance. We tell jokes. We have some drag numbers.
Drag numbers.
As a matter of fact, we'll be doing our holiday show on December, I believe it's the 14th, I want to say, on the Friday night at the Malden Irish American Club, if anybody wants tickets.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah.
No, I remember one time when I saw the show, it was, I don't know if it was Bobby Lee, and they were all dressed up like Annie, and they go, "We're sick of this song tomorrow." It's,
they do a lot of parody stuff. It's really great.
I know.
It's great.
No,
it's
I
fun.
know. The show's.
Deborah also has been in.
Do you want to be called
Hotspot.
Debbie or Deborah?
It's all good, as long as you call me.
Okay. So what are you doing Friday night?
I'm actually going out with Bobby Lee. He is my boyfriend.
I know. But Debbie, the one in the middle, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I haven't been doing the theater quite as long as Sandy has. I'm slightly younger. But I do go back to many of the theater groups here in Medford. And as you remember, the Holly Jolly Follies.
Yeah.
Which, I always loved being in those shows with you. Quite the gentleman, Dapper Dan with the hat and the overcoat and some of the snow numbers. And we were talking earlier about how, you really are one of those that should pursue that, because you're a consummate professional when you're on the stage, knowing your lines and helping everybody else out as well.
Make me blush.
Oh, no. Now it's the truth. It's the truth.
Wow.
But I've always said that I got into it kind of as a sideline, just in case my teaching career didn't work out after 20 some odd years being a school teacher here in Medford. And I always think that every school teacher has that performer in them. And so I bring a lot of that to the classroom as well. A lot of the different things, the singing and the dancing up on a chair in front of the children.
What made you decide to do nonsense?
Well, the thing is, in one of the previous groups, I had played Sister Hubert. And I totally adored that role. And I had played her also in Nutcrackers, which is the Christmas version. And then when I heard that Sandy was doing it, I wanted to resume that role. I wanted to take that role on and play the Mistress of the Novices next to Sandy as Mother Superior. And then at the auditions, something went wrong, and I guess I really did well, and Rob was quite taken by my rendition of the Mother Superior on Rush. which is quite a strange little drug that kind of takes me, you know. And so when I got the call in disbelief, I agreed, and then we double cast the role of Mother Superior.
So you double cast. So you play for 2 shows.
That's
and
true.
Sandy plays the Mother Superior for the other 2 shows.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get 2, you know, very different renditions of that character, as much as she is trying to run the convent, and she's got this crazy person here that can't remember her name, and you've got Robert Ann, who is a very streetwise nun who's constantly irritating me, and Sister Leo, she's the novice, and she's quite a lovely little flower in there, as long as she doesn't get corrupted. And then the Sister Hubert role, which I really, as I say, I really like. She's the one that is trying to get rid of me and take over my position in the convent. So we have quite a relationship going, the Mother Superior.
Now, you were mentioning the story before. Tell me a little bit what the plot line is for Nonsense.
Well, the thing is, the 5 nuns that are in the show are representative of those that survived this botulism event with Sister Julia, the cook. And so 48 of the sisters got buried, but then the Mother Superior ended up buying a DVD player for the convent, and then we ended up not having enough money to bury the 4 other sisters. So we ended up putting them in the freezer. And then we have the whole Board of Health situation and trying to keep it quiet. And this one not helping things because she's just loopy, taking phone calls. And, oh, seriously, it's just one of those things that leads to a lot of hilarity and fun. And even the role of Mother Superior taking on for the cook who can't be there, selling a book, Cooking with the BVM, which is Blessed Virgin Mary, and she puts on the chef's hat and ends up looking like the Pope, and it's really quite something. There's just from every scene there is enjoyment and entertainment. So
and it's a
highly
musical, right?
suggest. Oh, listen, talking about the rehearsals. Rob is a slave driver.
Rob, they said it, not me.
I mean, from learning the dialogue to learning the lyrics to learning the harmonizing, and then nothing can be simple of standing there and singing out, belting out your song, but you've got to do choreography, you've got to do grapevines and box steps, and seriously, so there's a lot, and you know what I'm talking about
Yeah,
because
I do.
You've had Rob as a director.
Well, Rob's a great director.
Yeah.
And he's fabulous. And when the show comes to fruition, you know it's going to be a high-level show. It's just getting there. That seems to be an issue, you know. and him trying to deal with, an all-woman cast.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about? No.
We never bicker.
No, not at all.
Never.
Never.
Yeah, never. Deborah, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, about your character.
Oh, about my character. She's fun. She was hit over the head with a crucifix and doesn't remember her past. But somewhere along the show, she tells you what she wishes she could do, and then there's some touching moments when she remembers who she is. That's all I can tell you.
That's fine.
You want to see the show? Buy a ticket.
That's right. That's good. So, Deborah, tell us a little bit. You're a singer?
Yes, I am a singer. Slightly younger than the 2 of them. Cut the age in half. And just kidding. I've been doing shows since I was a kid, and I took piano lessons, clarinet, marching band. I went on to college to study classical music, so I do sing. So I've been told. But theater has always just been an extra love of mine, so I've always jumped in whenever I could. I think I joined Mystic Players back in 1999, and now Seaside is kind of an offshoot of the Mystic Players. So 1999, I started in Guys and Dolls, and I moved on to doing the road shows, moved on to the Hotspot Cabaret.
Yeah, we did Guys and Dolls, right?
Yes, that's where we met.
Yeah,
You and I met
Liver
each
Lips
other.
Louie, that was my character.
That's correct.
I had one line, that's it. Liver
It's
Lips
okay.
Louie.
It was the best line in the show. That's all that matters.
You
Yeah.
probably even remember what it was.
No, actually, I don't.
No.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Nathan, you who was going to come? Sky Masterson, I think.
See?
That's-
You don't forget.
I don't know.
You don't forget.
I have what's called selective memory. I can remember some things,
No smash.
but I can't remember to do my laundry, which really... it's
Good to
it
know,
don't...
Steve.
Oh,
Good to know.
no.
All the single ladies out there.
Yes,
Oh,
indeed. They all
No.
hope that you've done your.
No, I mean, I say it.
Let's not get involved.
Wow,
Let's
this
get
is
out
some
of-
show, Stevie B.
And you thought
I
you
knew
were
it
going
was-
to have nuns on
I
there.
know it. Quiet little nuns.
Quiet little nuns.
There's nothing quiet
Never.
about us.
No, nothing. No. No. So, tell me, what have been some of your favorite performances to do? Dan?
Mine definitely was Mae Peterson in Bye Bye Birdie. That was one of those other dream roles where you get to be the mother that just butts into everything that her son does. Hopefully people have seen that show, but that was a great role. Miss Hannigan someday might come into my path. I'm still waiting for it. But then Sister Amnesia is definitely one of my faves because it gives me there's a lot of different voices I get to do. You know, just a whole different character for me. Well, yeah, no, it's different for me.
different.
There's a lot of me in the character, and I think the way everybody does this, a lot of people do this show, and Rob's vision of it, is Rob's vision of it, but I think it speaks to everybody. And I think he's very, very, in touch with how the show should go. He's even, changed one of the musical numbers just a little bit. He didn't really change it. He changed the tempo, and it gives it a whole new feel. So, and that makes it a lot more fun. You're going to get a different crowd every night. You never know what people are going to react to. So, and I think each of us have some very, very funny lines, funny moments, and touching moments too. So it'll be for everybody.
Yeah.
Do you guys still get nervous when you go on stage? Because sometimes I get a little...
I'm nervous now. Yes, I do.
Well, with all this dialogue, there's so much dialogue in the show. You've got to make sure that you know that solid. But usually, no, I don't get nervous anymore.
I get an excited.
Excited.
nervous. Like
You get
usually
excited,
for me,
yeah.
it's I get on the stage. It's when my first note comes out. If it comes out great, I'm golden. Sometimes it gets stuck in there, and it's like, it's gonna be a tough
You're
night.
a beautiful singer.
Oh,
She
thank
does.
you,
I've
thank
never
you.
heard you have a bad night.
Oh, remember I had laryngitis during.
Well, that's
Yeah,
different.
I
Yeah,
did.
right,
That's
right.
what I do.
different.
A little prayer before every show doesn't
That's right.
hurt, and especially this show.
That's right.
Hopefully he'll listen.
Lot of
Stephen,
praying.
for those who don't know, Stephen sings very well himself. So.
Well,
Yes, he does.
If there was a male role in this, well, we can dress you up. There's a male version of this show.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
called,
know,
what's it, Amen?
should I do it in my Julia Child impression? Well, today we're going to be praying today.
There you go.
Very good. We can fit you in.
No, yes, but I remember one time that I did a show called South Pacific, and I was doing a scene. There was a scene in which a radio was supposed to go on to announce the death of a certain private, but the radio wouldn't go on, and I just sort of ad-libbed everything as I was going, and everyone was like, "Whoa, Steve, that was awesome! I can't believe you did it." And the director, Steve Flynn, came down. He just gave me the biggest hug in the history of hugging because I pretty much saved the egg. Oh my, that's pretty much my panic moment of doing theater. I've done theater since '92 and
Live
loved.
theater, anything can happen.
I know
Exactly.
that's not true.
Prepared.
Yeah.
You never quite are, but you get there. You get through it. People kind of join a show like this, a group like ours, both Hotspot and this group. The audience seems to help you out through it. Nobody ever just sits there and judges you.
Yeah.
So if you have a moment, people either start clapping for you, or you get through it and you have a good time and you laugh about it years later.
Now you play religious people, and like, were you brought up religious in a way, or is it like a stretch, or?
No, I was. I mean, I had a firm religious upbringing. I didn't go to Catholic school, but
We got 5 minutes, guys. So tell me what was what was your favorite moment on stage? What your best moment? I think.
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
I
I've
know
had so
it. Me
many.
too. I know it.
No, just kidding. I think for me, anytime that I have a number and I get a very big applause for it, I get choked up. And I've done this, I'm 43, I'm not going to lie. But I've sung my whole life. But when you get a big applause for anything you've done, it hits you in your pit of your stomach, and I'll smile, get off stage, and I'll start bawling my eyes out because I'm so happy.
Debbie and I have a habit of
Yeah, we cry.
We cry a lot with beautiful music and songs. And for me, one of my favorite moments is doing things on stage with my daughter.
Yeah,
Who also sings.
Janine is wonderful talent.
And
Is she
that's
still
special.
upset with me when I walked in front of her
She's
during
probably on
Annie?
revenge.
During Annie,
No.
she was having her big solo number, and I don't have my glasses on. See, without my glasses, I'm blind as a bat. So when I made the walk, I walked right in front of her, and that backstage was like, "Steve, you walked in front of me." I'm like, "I'm sorry," and she wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me let it go. Steve, hi,
let it
Steve.
go.
You don't every time we saw her, hi, Steve. Don't stand in front of me again.
Oh, no. Well, I want to tell you, when we do those the road shows, my very special moment, and this is where I think we all cry, is that Rob will generally do a patriotic themed song set, and we go to the soldiers' home, and when we go into that, and you see the audience, those men, and it makes me feel verklempt because I see them now, and they stand up and they get extreme, they show their patriotism. It's very, very hard not to take and feel their love for us as we're presenting. It's
very moving.
It's very, very moving every single time when we do those road shows.
Well, that is great, guys. So, Nonsense will be at the Congregational Church of West Medford on 400 High Street in Medford, Massachusetts. Plays directed by Rob Bazooka. It stars the lovely ladies here with me, Sandy Strate, Deborah Hollowell, and Debbie Notaro. And it's going to be a fun show, and I definitely recommend you guys go and see it. It's, what is it?
Give the dates.
Okay. Oh, yes, give the dates. Okay. September 13th. Oh, gee, that's near my birthday. September 14th and 15th, 2012 at 8 o'clock. And you have a show on September 16th at 3 o'clock.
Correct.
Now, on which ones, what are the show dates you play, the Mother Superior, 13th and 14th?
I'm playing the 14th and 16th, and Debbie's playing it the 13th and 15th. And if they want tickets, ticket information.
You can go to call 781-249-3480, or you can call this number 781-424-4284. And if you want to know more about Seaside Productions, go to the website seasidetheaterproductions.com. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for
Thank you.
helping with
Thanks
us, and you
for
guys,
having
you
us.
guys are sweet. I love you guys.
That's sweet.
I love you guys. Okay, I didn't do a bad interview. This is the longest I've ever done an interview. Well, that's all the time we have for Surfing the... why did I say Surfing the Net? That's my old show. That's all the time we have for the Stevie B Show. I want to thank my guests, Sandy Strate, Deborah Hollowell, and Debbie Notaro. And this is Stevie B, and I hope you go see Nonsense. So long for now. Okay, let's just go.
Excellent.
Absolutely. Did we do okay?
You did fine.
It's